Hello, my dear class 5 students, the smartest students. This is your science teacher, Ben, and today we'll start our third very interesting chapter, that is matter. Okay? So we'll start this chapter, we'll study everything in detail, but first, what is matter? Matter is, everything around us is matter, students. Matter, okay, but the definition of matter, okay, is anything that occupies like the space and has a mass is a matter. Clear? That is chalk. It occupies a space, right? So it is a matter, okay? Or a chair, even you and I are matter. Clear? Okay, so now there are three types of matters. That is solid, liquid, and gas. Clear? Solid, liquid, and gas. Solid, liquid, and gas, I'm sure you know what is solid, which one is liquid, and which one is gas, right? Okay, so matter. Matter is made up of what particles? Clear? Have you ever heard about atoms, my dear class 5 students? Atoms, okay? Atoms are the tiny particle. Do you think you would be able to see the atoms with your just naked eye? No. Atoms we cannot see with our naked eye. We have to do it with the help of microscope. Clear? Microscope. Okay, so now these atoms are the tiny particle, okay? And these atoms is a tiny particle, okay? So that means matters are made up of these atoms, right? Now, two or more atoms. What do we call two or more atoms? This is, okay, say this is just one atom, okay? But if we have two or more atoms, then two or more atoms combines to form what? Molecules. Okay? Molecules. Two or more atoms combines to form molecules. Clear? So molecules are the smallest, simplest substance. Clear? So atoms, these are the tiny particles, and two or more atoms are combines to form a molecule. So are you clear with these atoms and molecules? That means all this has matter is made up of all these atoms and molecules. Clear? Okay. So now let's study about this solid, liquid, and gas. What is the difference between them, solid, liquid, and gas? Okay. Now just let's look here and let's say these are the molecules. Okay, molecules. Molecules. Now what do you see here? They are like tightly packed, close friends. They're bonded so tightly, right? Now let's see the second box. The second box here. Now we see molecules, but they are loosely packed, right? They can move around. These molecules, they can move around. Clear? But this is not tightly packed like the first one. I'll say 1, 2. Now let's see the third box, okay? The third box here. Now they are loosely packed. Clear? So let's say these are all molecules. Clear? These circles that you see inside the box are molecules. So now let's look here again. Let's come here in the first box. In the first box, the molecules are all tightly packed, close friends. Clear? So now this square cannot be broken, right? Because they are very rigid. So now this here is an example of solid. Clear? Here the molecular force, these are all molecules, and this molecular force are like very strong. So from here we can define solid is a matter that has a definite shape and a definite volume. Okay? I'll repeat it again. If I'm repeating means this is important. Clear? A solid is a matter that has a definite shape and a definite volume. Clear? Okay, now let's talk about the second one. The second one, the molecules, they can move around. Clear? Comparing to the third one here, comparing to the first one, okay? I'm sorry, comparing to the first one, the molecules in the second box, they can move around. So this is an example of liquid, okay? In liquid, they are loosely packed. They can move around a little bit. That's why, okay, I'll give you an example. Say water, okay? Water, if you just fill in two different type of container, let's take one container is a rectangle shape, and let's take the second container would be a square shape. If you fill the water here, the water will take the shape of its container or not, right? If you fill a water in a rectangle, the water will take the shape of the rectangle. If you fill the water in the square shape container, the water will take the shape of a square shape container, right, my dear class 5 students? That's why, let's say, we'll define liquid in this way. Clear? Liquids, it is a matter which has no definite shape. It has no definite, it can take the shape of any container. Clear? So if you spill the liquid in the floor, it will take the shape of the floor, right? So liquid, it has no definite shape, but it has a definite volume. Clear? It has a definite volume. Now, this third one, let's look in this third box. Now, here, the molecules, they are moving like crazy, right? They are moving, see, we see a lot of space around these molecules. They can go wherever they want. They are like loosely, very, very loosely, they are placed here. Clear? So this is the example of a gas. Anything in a form of a smoke will fall under a gas category. Clear? So now a gas we can define that has no definite shape and has no definite volume. Clear? Okay, so I'm sure you are clear with solid, liquid, and gas, and about the molecular force that is present in these three matters, and also atoms and molecules. I'm sure you are clear with what is an atom, what is a molecule. Two or more atoms combines to form a molecule. Clear? So next what we'll study is classification of matter. The chapter that we are studying now is a matter, right? So now we'll study the classification of matter. Okay, so dear class 5 students, next we'll study the classification of matter. So this is the chart that I have prepared for you, okay? The classification of matter. This is how matters are classified. Under the matter, we have a pure substance and a mixture. Clear? Pure substance means original. Clear? And a mixture means anything that has been mixed. Okay, but we'll study in details. So, see, pure substance. Under pure substance, we have elements and compounds. And these are the basics. And then you have to learn all these terms, my dear class 5 students, because till class 11, 12, or till your higher studies, you'll be studying all this in your science, in your chemistry. Clear? Okay, so now pure substance. I'll just give you an example. Water is a pure substance, okay? Because water, see, water in Kohima, or water in Dimapur, or in Mokokchung, or any district would be the same. They will be composed. They will be composed of 2 hydrogen atoms and then 1 oxygen. Okay. Or in any world, water in China and water in India will be the same. It will be composed of the same material. Okay. It is not that the water in India is made of different material and water in China is made of different material. Water is original. Clear? It is made up of just 2 hydrogen atom and 1 oxygen atom anywhere. So those types are example of pure substance. Mixture, okay? The example for mixture means anything that we mix. Example will be salad, okay? Any form of salad. In salad, we mix all vegetables together, right? So example will be a salad for a mixture. So now we'll study the pure substance in detail. So the first one will be element, okay? So elements are composed of only one kind of atoms. Clear? Let's say hydrogen, okay? hydrogen is an element because hydrogen is composed of only a hydrogen atom. Clear? Now, an element, okay, so we can define an element is a substance which is composed of only one kind of atoms. Hydrogen, this hydrogen is made up of only hydrogen atoms. There is no any other mixture, only hydrogen atoms. That's why it's falling under pure substance. Clear? Let's say oxygen, which we have here, oxygen, okay? Oxygen. Oxygen, they exist in pairs, okay? In oxygen, they exist in pairs. So let's say this is like they exist in pair, okay? Let's say two pairs. This is an oxygen. So this oxygen is an element, okay? So we have two, right? But even though we have two oxygen atoms here, they are composed of only oxygen atom. Do we see any other different like atoms here? No, only oxygen atom. This is an O here, oxygen. This is an oxygen. So this is a pure substance, and we can categorize this one under an element because though we have here two pair, it is made up of only one atom, and that is oxygen. Okay, so elements. I'm sure now you are clear with the concept of element. That is a substance composed of only one kind of atoms. Clear? And do you know that we have 118 elements known so far? And that is given in your textbook. Clear, class 5 students? 118 elements. You can just mark that. And for all the elements, there is a symbol. To make it easier for you to write, to study, there is a symbol. So there are around 10 symbols given in your textbook. I'll show you some examples. Clear? Okay. So this hydrogen, what will be the hydrogen? The name of the element is hydrogen. The symbol will be H, okay? H. Now, what about oxygen? Oxygen, the symbol will be O. Clear? Now, sodium, okay? Sodium is a dangerous element, okay? That's 5 students. So, sodium, will it be SO, the symbol? No, okay? The sodium, the symbol will be Na. Clear? Okay, now next see chlorine, CHLORINE. Chlorine would be Cl, okay? Cl. Now, iron, okay? Iron. Iron would be Fe, okay? Fe. Let's see another example here. Okay, I'll write over here, okay? We'll continue from here. So, let's see another example, gold, okay? Gold. Gold, the symbol, to make it easier for you, the symbol will be AU, okay? A like in apple, U like in umbrella. Clear? Now, let's see mercury. Mercury. I'll write this in bold letter. Okay, mercury is Hg. Clear? Hg, okay. So these are just example, okay? We have 118 elements and they all have as symbols. Clear? Okay, so now if I'm sure you're clear with the elements, now let's study what is a compound, okay? What is a compound? Okay, students, compound. Okay, we are done with elements. Now let's study compound. A compound is a pure substance, right? It is a pure substance made up of two or more different elements. Clear? Elements now you know, right? So two or more elements gives compound. Clear? Now let's say water, okay? Water is an example of a compound because we have two or more elements here, because water is made up of hydrogen, and oxygen. Okay, so student, example will be water, okay? Water is made up of 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen, the water that we see, clear? The water that we have. Let's say this one. So this is, okay, the chemical formula is like this, okay? So water, okay, so let's say this is 2H, okay? And the O would be like this. So they are joined together, clear? So now this is H, and this is O, right? See. So now we have 2 elements, right? We have 2 or more elements here. So water comes under a compound, okay? So 2 or more elements combine to give a compound, clear? So we have many examples. We have many examples for a compound. But now let's show you, I'll show you a difference now. Oxygen. Oxygen exists as O2, right? O. Now, oxygen, will it be a compound or an element? Oxygen will be an element because we have only one kind of atoms, clear? So this is the main difference between element and compound. So students, you have to know the difference between element and compound, okay? So see, though we have 2 oxygen, but it is made up of only one kind of atom, clear? And here, in the case of compound, we have 2 different elements, like hydrogen, like oxygen. So we have 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom, clear? So I'm sure you are clear with element and compound and mixture. Example, I have given you a salad, right? So there are also 2 types of mixture, heterogeneous mixture and homogeneous mixture. And this will be very interesting topic, clear? Which we'll take up in the next class. But today, please note down the definition of elements and compound. These are very important, and I've given you some names of elements and their symbols, right, my dear students? So you can note that down, and you can write some examples of solid, liquid, and gas as an assignment, okay? As an activity, you can just write at least some examples of solid, some examples of liquid, and some examples of gas, okay? So next class, when we come, we'll start with heterogeneous mixture and homogeneous mixture, okay? Thank you so much, students. See you in the next class, to be continued.